so I can read. Yeah, it's cold. So, if you're new to the channel, new to my streams, I'm an Englishman living just outside a town called Napa on the coast of the Black Sea. Let's take these off for a minute. About 60 miles from Crimea and Kerch, and across the water from Turkey. So a bit of geography. About 300 kilometres up the coast from Sochi. So Russia, baby. Came here with my wife and our daughter, and we built a house. And if you're interested in the house, the build, or anything along those lines, you can find it on my channel. Plenty of videos on there from the outside of the house, the inside of the house, and all sorts of bits and bobs. So yeah, like I say, if you're new to the channel, check that out. Today, don't know, just thought I'd turn the camera on and see what happens. Just done a 2.5 hour live stream with a Telegram group, and I'm going to butcher this now. It is Expat Info, I think. I might have to put a link in the description because I've probably got that wrong. But lovely guy. They're running a channel just to give info to people about Russia, about maybe moving to Russia, you know, different options. But yeah, just had a nice chat and we talked about crypto. A subject very close to my own heart. I've been a crypto nut, maybe, since 2016. So yeah, 2.5 hours, bit of a Q&A session. It was really cool. It was good fun. So if there's anything you're interested in about crypto, if it's technical stuff, don't bother asking me. I don't get involved in the technicals of blockchain and how it works. I'm not interested. Doesn't matter. But if you're interested in, say, XRP, yeah, join me Telegram, ask a question. I'll see if I can answer it. Challenge accepted. But in the meantime, yeah, join my Telegram channel for anything really. If you're looking to move to Russia, if you're just curious about Russia, you want to know, I don't know, maybe you've got a question, maybe you've seen something in the news, or you've got a belief about Russia. Hey cat. My little boy, he's bored, so he wants to follow daddy around at the minute. Maybe you've got a view of Russia that you're starting to question yourself. Yeah, ask away. No harm in asking. But I thought I'd, like I say, turn the camera on and come up on the terrace, have a bit of a waffle. Nice, don't want that there. Yeah, just because I've been stuck indoors all day. The wife's been out enjoying the lovely weather, and I've been indoors live streaming. So here we are. Morning. What do you think about Imam Khomeini? Haven't got an opinion. I think that's the easiest way to answer that. Morning. I have no clue. So, wrong person that probably asked that question. Yeah, but like I say, if you're watching this and you're curious about Russia, well, here it is. This is where we live. We live in the hills, and we are in vineyard territory. Yes, grow grapes here and make wine. So yeah, we're in a wine region in southern Russia, and there's lots and lots of vineyards around us. Again, check my channel out. I've done lots of videos from various vineyards, and they make beautiful wine here. Really, really lovely. And champagne. Please don't be the one that says, "No, champagne only comes from France." Yeah, right. According to the French people. But yeah, beautiful wine, beautiful champagne, lovely region, beautiful weather, about 300 days a year of sunshine. And yeah, we moved here last May. Just because we came here in October 2021, made a commitment to come here, and followed through on that commitment. So yeah, here we are. Like I say, bought some land, built a house, and kind of in the final throes of that house now, that house build. Still lots of things to do, but the actual bulk of it is done. You know, we're living in the house, etc, etc. The terrace has been redone. We just need to clean it, because we had some issues with the terrace a couple of times. So they've dug it up twice and relaid it. This is now the third time, and yeah, it's now grey. It was brown, and we're sick to death of those tiles, so we've gone grey. And apart from the cleaning up, it's done. What do you think? 12 metres long, 4 metres wide, and then this side is, well, it's probably 12 metres across there as well, and I think 3.5 metres wide. It's not quite as wide. Never measured it, to be honest, I can't remember. Might be 3 metres even, don't know. Either way, massive big terrace, steps on the outside, going down, swimming pool, which has got its winter coat on at the moment because it's cold, and we've just completed our latest project, which is the sauna. Again, you can see that on my channel, sauna build, and if you ask nicely, I might walk in there for you. But that's now complete, and we're thoroughly enjoying that now at this time of year, because as I say, it's about 14 degrees today, but when you're used to 30 plus degrees, 14 degrees is a struggle. It really is. But there we go. Anyway, nice view indeed. Juan Castro, it is indeed. TX, thanks. Nice, I drink wine. Yeah, I do now. I wasn't really a wine drinker, but coming here, one, it's lovely. It's not acidic, so it's not like drinking battery acid like most wine. So it's really nice. And two, £2 a bottle. Same with champagne, £2 or £3 a bottle. Yeah, means you can drink champagne every week. Not saying that that's what we do. Appear to have got a leak in the guttering. Oh yeah, need to reseal that. Oh well. Didn't France trademark the word champagne? Yeah, funny how people can trademark a word, isn't it? I don't think Russia cares. I don't think anybody really cares, do they? Same as the Chinese, isn't it? Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, it's a trademark. And what are you going to do? So, yeah, Russia does make champagne. It's lovely. Juan, greetings from Colombia. Have a nice day. And to you, sir, thank you very much for dropping by. Alexander, hi. How are you? What's up? Sky. Stars. Moon. Sun. Birds occasionally. Planes. No planes. Not allowed planes. Yeah, lots of things are up, mate. But general, it's all good. Pension News, nice to see you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Mr. High. Oh, Russian guy on a mission. Who, you or me? I'm not Russian. I wish I was. Make my life a lot easier. No, I'm an Englishman, born and bred, now living here. So, no, not a Russian guy on a mission, unless you mean yourself. Hello, CCCP. It's not CCCP, that's just how we read it, isn't it? It's SSSP, which is a bit weird because the C's are S's, but the P really in Russia would be an R. So that would be SSSR, not CCCP. But hello. Where are you from? What, now or in my life? In my life, from England, south coast, East Sussex, about 60 miles south of London, as far as you can go south without getting wet. Now, I'm just outside a town called Anapa. Pretty much, if you live in Russia or you're a Russian, you'll know about Anapa. Very, very popular holiday destination. And like I say, this region, this area, Krasnodarsky Krai, and in particular where we live, is a wine region. So really popular holiday destination, lots to see, lots to do, beautiful countryside, and we're nestled in the hills. Reminds me of the South Downs where we are, to be honest. Very similar, actually, very similar, which is probably part of the attraction. But certainly from our roof terrace, we're very fortunate. We can just look across the top of all the houses and see the hills in the distance with a lovely view in all directions. Lovely, really nice. And we've got multiple choices with terraces. We've got this one, we've got the one at the back of the house, and we've got one downstairs. And that enables us to move according to the weather. So if it's raining, we'll be downstairs. Middle of summer, when the sun's beating down, different times of day, you can move to different terraces and enjoy it. So that's why we've got so many terraces. And obviously the pool, middle of summer, wonderful. In fact, we've probably only stopped using it a couple of weeks ago. And I did check, although it's been sort of 0 degrees here in the evening or at night, I did check on the temperature and it's still holding 11 degrees with no heating. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty good. H, message deleted. Can't wait to see. What can't you wait to see? View? Me without my hat? Yeah, me too. Can't wait for it to be warm. So I keep looking around the terrace because this is actually the first time I've looked at it since it's been completed. So do need to get up and wash it. Let's bring the jet wash up here. Shall I turn you around? I want to meet you. Uh-oh, that sounds ominous. What have I done? Let's turn you guys around. Here we go. So like I say, we've changed tiles. We did have these brown tiles, which I'll show you. Terracotta they were. But because we've had the terrace ripped up 3 times, we're sick to death of looking at terracotta tiles. So this time we had them done in grey. And yeah, it's nice. I think it looks better. Personal choice. My regular viewers will know about the garden. That's my wife's influence. She's the green fingers. Me, nah, haven't got a clue. Don't know what any of it is. Apart from, as I always say, I know those are onions because they smell like onion. And these are fir tree things. Apart from that, don't know. Oh yeah, no, I do know. We gained some sort of little Christmas tree there. Oh. A bit of plastic, let's give it to that. Yeah, apart from that, I have no clue what any of that lot is. She keeps telling me stuff and I try and remember it, but I don't. That, I think, is a Japanese maple of a particular variety. But obviously this time of year ain't looking too clever. Yeah, rubbish left over from the build. My lovely Chinese car. Never thought I'd say that about Chinese car, but I love it. Literally love it. It's absolutely foolproof. And yeah, that's our Japanese maple that he really is looking worse for wear at the moment. But it's that time of year. But yeah, the mighty Haval. It's been brilliant, that car has. Really has. Owned it 18 months. Never missed a beat. Big bush that the cats destroy. Bless them. What prompted the sea change from England to Russia? That's a good question. I like good questions. Thank you for that. Let me check. Sammy, looks like. Thank you, Sammy. What prompted the change? Blimey. Coming here on holiday and literally falling in love with the country and the people and this particular region. Met my wife in the UK. My wife's Russian. And I know some people will instantly be rolling their eyes going, oh, another Russian woman has found a UK man for his money. No, couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, that dragonfly looks a bit past it, doesn't he? Yeah, he's deceased. No, couldn't be further from the truth. Met my wife in the UK. She's been living in the UK for years. And yeah, we obviously fell in love, decided we were going to buy a house together in the UK. I sold my house that I had at the time, and we were looking at buy in the UK, buy a house. And she kept, I won't say kept sort of gently nudging to go on holiday to Russia, which I had no interest in, because it's snow, bears, gangsters, vodka, horse and cart, as everybody knows. So I had no interest in coming to Russia. So I kept putting it off. And then, you know, as I said many times, I love my wife. So ultimately I said, yeah, okay, let's go on holiday to Russia through gritted teeth. Because, you know, I felt it was the right thing to do. And she had a flat here in the town, in Napa. So it meant that we would have a free holiday apart from the flights. So, you know, 3 weeks in the sunshine. Well, she told me it was sunshine, and I'm thinking, yeah, right. No, it is. But anyhow, that was it. 3 weeks. We came here, and my world turned upside down from that point, without any pressure from her. And in fact, quite the opposite. I was the one that said I wanted to build a house here. And she was very, really? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, 100% I'm sure. So that's what we did. So, reason for coming to Russia, love. Not on a personal level. Look at these two idiots. Oh my God, right. 100 quid says the black cat runs over the fence in a minute. What do you reckon? Want to take that bet? There's a dog the other side. Is he going to play or is he going to run? Anyhow. Yeah, so that's what prompted the change. I just fell in love with the country and the people and the weather. The weather here is amazing. 300 days a year of sunshine. Mid to late 30s in the sun, in the summer. And a winter very similar to the UK, but not as damp and as wet. Cold, a little bit colder, but not anywhere near as damp or wet. And like I say, just a lovely region, lovely area, lots to do. The beach is amazing. We've got 40 kilometres of sandy beach. And in the summer, you can wander out from the shore up to your knees and have dolphins swimming around your feet, which is, well, a remarkable experience. Yeah, he went over the fence. Idiot. Do you not feel... Oh, sorry, I'm skipping, aren't I? Oh, let me put my goggles on, because you... Rather I'll read the comment than miss it, I'm sure. He says, fighting with these stupid glasses. It's age, you see. Age. Jesus saves. Read John. Okay. Jesus Lord. Whatever. Jaffa Malin. All foreigners should leave the UK. Right. Well, thanks for that statement. Foreigners being... Sam Potts, do you not feel an obligation to fight for your new country? I don't feel an obligation to fight for anybody. I fight for myself. I fight for my family and my friends. That's where my obligation finishes. I am not in the armed forces, that's a choice. And nothing against people that join the armed forces. But that's the choice that they make, and that's, you know, a soldier is to do or die. That's effectively the choice that they make in any country. So no, I don't feel any obligation to fight for my country, or even for my new country. No obligation. As I say, my obligation ends with my family and friends. That said, if somebody tries to damage mine, whether it's property or family, I'll dig my boots in the ground, wherever that may be. And right now, for us, it's here. So will I defend my home? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. So, all foreigners should leave the UK and go to Russia. Well, depends on your viewpoint, doesn't it, really? Depends on your values. There's a lot being said about values at the moment, so yeah, it really depends on how you perceive the world. Are you enlightened enough? Have you opened your eyes? Or are you still following the mainstream media narrative? Don't know. But you've got an opportunity now to ask a question of somebody that is stood in Russia, and an Englishman, so I can give you a perspective, and you'll get my opinion, and that's all based on my own experience. But surely they are drafting people. Are you not at risk as a man in Russia? Sam Potts. I don't know why surely. I guess that's a Western media narrative still. All I'll say regarding any narrative that you've heard over the last 2.5 years is which one has panned out to be true. I'll wait. No, they're not drafting people. That's mainstream media nonsense. There is no draft. There is volunteers. And by volunteers, I mean that the armed forces will do a pop-up tent in a town and people will queue up to join. So that's happening to the tune of between 1,000 and 1,500 a day. Russians will defend their country. That I can tell you. So there is no draft. People aren't being dragged off the streets. That's the neighbouring country. In Russia, no. Haven't done that. There is no draft. There was an initial paper mobilisation 2.5 years ago, and by paper I mean notice 2 for some people that have just come out of the armed forces. But what people should understand is that every man in Russia between the age of 18 and 29 will do 1 year's compulsory military service. Now, that isn't in any way related to the current situation. That has always been the case, well, certainly for years, which means that everybody is capable to a degree, and they just need to go on a refresher course if they actually sign up and join the military. But a lot of people are, because they want to defend their homeland. So yeah, there is no draft. JJ, where you live looks nice and big and clean and tidy. That's Russia. Bingo. Exactly that. Nail on the head, my son. It is. Yeah, just outside of Napa, A-N-A-P-A, not Napa. A lot of people get confused, but Anapa. So stick it into Google, A-N-A-P-A, and you'll see we're on the coast of the Black Sea, about 60 miles from Kerch and Crimea. So, yeah, stick it in Google and you'll see where I am. We can wave at each other. Sammy, from a Russian perspective, okay, I'll try. What created the situation with Ukraine? Well, I don't think that's a Russian perspective. I think it's anybody that's actually bothered to even look themselves for the reasons, rather than being told by the Sun newspaper or any other rag what happened. So it's not really about a Russian perspective. It's just about facts, isn't it? Current situation was caused by, well, yeah, where do you start? Not something that I do on my channel. Sorry to disappoint. Don't want to get political. It's very easy to do that, but it's also very easy for people to do some research. And certainly, you know, a lot of people think that this situation started a couple of years ago. No, it didn't. Some people are clued up enough that think that it started in 2014. No, it didn't. It started way before that. But ultimately, the situation is as a result of troop movements and what I would say is a preemptive action. So, you know, where's the narrative regarding unprovoked invasion? Where's that gone? Because that was being shouted all the time, wasn't it? Unprovoked, unprovoked. Yeah. Well, obviously you can only lie for so long and hide the truth, and that's all come out now, hasn't it? Come out quite a while ago now. And now you don't hear anybody saying unprovoked, do they? Nobody says that because it's not true. It wasn't unprovoked, was it? In fact, it's all widely accepted that it was completely provoked. So there are other channels that will give you good info on that. The Duran is one, Alex Christoforou, Alexander Mercouris. They've got their own channels, but they also run a channel called the Duran. Very good channel, political analysis, military analysis of what the current situation is, without a bias. Alexander is in the UK, Alex Christoforou is Cyprus, and they provide very, very good information every day. So if you want to know, you know, the real story, subscribe to the Duran, go back a load of videos, and yeah, if you just watch the, you know, the latest one, you're just going to have the latest news. But go back a load of videos and see what those guys have got to say. I'm walking up and down a bit. It's kind of, we notice that with people on their phone. Some people can just sit still and others like to pace. I'm a pacer. I like to walk about. Should really go wandering around the neighbourhood, shouldn't I? Right, Sammy, so hopefully that answered that. Duran is the dog's BS, agreed. The dog's B's, not BS. Yes, Pension News. Yeah, the Duran is a really good channel. Very, very good channel. Like I say, it's not biased. It doesn't do propaganda. It just takes facts and then puts them together. So you don't get a perspective just coming from one direction. It's coming from all directions. So I really do suggest, if people want to know, yeah, check out the Duran. Pension News. Is the sauna work finished? Shall I show you? Shall I? Yeah, let's go and have a look. So sauna is in through there. Let's go in and have a look-see. Oh. So through the magic door. Dun dun dun. So I have done a video on this on my channel. Final build of the sauna. So I've done about 4 or 5 videos of the sauna build, and I've just posted the final one because it's kind of finished. I know you're thinking that doesn't look like a sauna, but bear with, it is. I turned it on a little while ago, so it will actually start in 23 minutes. It'll start warming up. That's the door to the garage, which is, quick look, a bomb site. This is the door to the magic. So this is our shower room. It's all underfloor heating, so it's nice on the footsies. Little nibbles area, so we put beer there, and, well, beer really. Occasionally a bottle of champagne, but mainly beer, and then some snacks. We try not to have too many snacks because it sort of takes up room for the beer. So mainly beer. But I'm going to alter this. I'm going to build a corner table kind of thing. It's going to end up looking like a Christmas tree. Looks like that in my head anyway. We'll see how it ends up. There's our shower. Here's our plunge box. So pull the chain. 30 litres of cold water are available. Let's give it a little pull. Yeek. There you go. So that is what you might call a shock to the system. So coming out of the sauna at 70 degrees, very hot and sweaty. Stand under that, pull the chain. Oh yeah, you're awake real quick. So that's really cool. Love that thing. I use it every time. It's brilliant. Just finished that. Got all our smelly oils for the sauna. Little speaker for a bit of mood music. Wooden frame around the tiles just to sort of, you know, make it look pretty. And the sauna. Some of you have seen this already, I'm sure. But here it is. So we've got an electric sauna, not a wood-fired one. So the main difference is between a sauna and a banya is how it's heated. Banya is absolutely everywhere in Russia. It's well, I won't say a tradition, but it's very much part of the culture in Russia. Going to the banya with your family and friends. but we wanted a sauna just for ease. I didn't want to be out here lighting log fires all the time and cleaning it out, etc. I just want to turn it on. Missus. So yeah, so a nice big window. This was going to be a door. It went down to the ground, and then we came here and realised if you're opening a door, jumping in the swimming pool all the time, one, you're bringing a lot of water in, and two, you're opening the door and letting all the heat out. So we then changed our minds and turned it into a window, bricked it up, turned it into a window, and then, yeah, got a nice aspect. This is going to change at the back of the garden. Now we finished the sauna. That'll be our next project at the back of the garden. That's for other videos. We'll get to that. And then the final piece was this little thing, which has got Himalayan salt in it. And we just sprinkled the oils on here. They're obviously heated above here, above the rocks. And then you get a nice smell. It's kind of cool, and you can just remove it from the heat if you want to. So I fitted that yesterday. And we're just waiting now for new covers for the lights to come. We've got some salt covers to go over the lights. The previous ones unfortunately fell apart because they were glued together, not screwed together. And 70 degrees of heat, the glue decided, nah, not going to hold on anymore. So they fell apart. It's kind of cool. So we're just waiting for replacements. So there's the sauna. Yes, she is all finished. God, that floor is lovely. You can't beat underfloor heating, honestly. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. Never had it until I came here. Wasn't interested in it. The wife said, got to get underfloor heating. I was a bit, meh. But, yeah, I love it. So, yeah, she's all finished. That project is ended. Tidying that mess up is the next project. And then we might get round to heating the swimming pool. So that's the reason that boiler's here. Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, wood frame around there. And I stuck that up the other day as well to have somewhere to hang your towels and your various bits and bobs. I'm going to have to fight to put my shoes back on. Oh, let's take a pew for a minute. Cats everywhere, look. And grumpy puss there. That's Rosie, our Bengal. That's Luna, our lunatic. And that's Rios, our Bombay cat. My little boy. Hand raised him from the age of 2 weeks. So me and him are very attached. Hey, how are you doing, man? Have a good day. Ranak Agawal, thank you. Very nice. I'm doing very well, sir. Hope you are too. Pocahontas, how would you feel if Russia and tomorrow decided to end the war and just coexist? Christ, I think if you answer anything other than I would think that was wonderful, then you're some kind of crazy, sadistic F-wit. Anybody with a brain would want this to end. Anybody. But that isn't what it's about. It isn't, it has to end for the right reason. The same as it started for the right reason, whether people like to hear that or not. But it has to end for the right reason. It's not about ending it, it's about ending it correctly. And it will end. When do you think it will end? I'll tell you when it will end. When the Russian government decides it will end. Not when President Trump says so, not when the man in the moon says so. When the Russian government says so, that's when it will end. And they've made that perfectly clear on many occasions. Some people still don't get it. Some people think that Mr. Trump is going to come in and wave a magic wand and in one day it'll be finished. No, absolute rubbish. It will end when the Russian government says so. Right. Doggy having a yap. Usually yapping at my cat who's over there teasing him. So yeah, Pocahontas, I would feel lovely. Same as anybody with, a bit of humanity. Nobody wants it to be going on. Nobody wants people dying. But like I say, it started for a reason. It needs to end for the right reason. I love British accent. So hot. Leandro Pereira. Oh, thank you, I think. Rumpelstiltskin. Must feel nice to be well off. See how I avoided saying rich. Wow. Yeah, well, Western money goes a long way out in Russia. I can assure you, in the UK, I was working for a living, same as most people, and my prospects were working till I died, because I had a mortgage and bills and obligations, and I was, you know, keeping my head above water. I had a good job, but I was not rich, not by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be working the kind of job I was working if I was rich. So, yeah, I'm rich in life, but certainly not rich in the bank. But our house, I couldn't have afforded this in the UK. Not a chance. Couldn't have this lifestyle. Paul ZX, Sam, we not draft foreigners and we not draft males over 30 either. Correct. Yep, Paul, exactly right. Exactly right. Foreigners do not get drafted. I'm a foreigner, and over 30, I am definitely that. Vic Morrison, dream on. Okay. You're on my list at the moment, so we'll see how we go. Vic Morrison again, where you at? I'm in my back garden. That's where I'm at. My back garden being in a small village outside the town of Anapa on the Black Sea coast. As I say, 60 miles from Crimea, across the water from Turkey. Davey, are you concerned about being arrested for your nationality? The UK has travel warnings for Russia. What a load of crap. Sorry, yeah, obviously, you know, the problem you guys have, if you're looking from a Western country, if you're watching from the UK or US or whatever, you're only getting one side of a story. And as with anything like that, it's really easy to just make stuff up, because if your audience only gets one side, you can tell them what you like. And that's mainstream media in the West for you. You're not getting the full picture, you're just getting a picture. It's not the picture. So, am I concerned about being arrested for your nationality? No. I can tell you now, I've never felt so safe and so free in any country, and I've been to many. So no, I'm not concerned about being arrested, other than if I break the law, which I don't intend to do. I'm a law-abiding citizen. So, yeah, if you don't intend to break the law, why should you be fear of arrest, other than, obviously, the Sun newspaper might have said. And yes, travel restrictions, blah, blah. The UK government doesn't advise. Yeah, all part of the narrative, I'm afraid. Nothing to do with reality. What reason would you not come here? Blue skies. Like I say, safest place I've ever been. You know, cheap utilities, excellent quality food, lovely weather. Yeah, why would you not come here? Other than a bit of brainwashing. Kira Ponton, where is this? My back garden, sweetheart. It's very pretty. I've been called many things. Oh, you didn't mean me, did you? Yeah, it's getting there. It's the wife that's done this. Not this. That's got to be disposed of. But the garden is all the wife's doing. I did some of the manual labour stuff, like digging holes. She'd sort of point at something in the ground and say, dig a hole there, idiot. Or I'd dig a hole. And she'd walk somewhere else and say, dig another hole over here, idiot. Or I'd dig another hole. But we're getting there. You know, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Mainstream is dead. Well, it's not dead yet, unfortunately. I wish it was. The world would be a better place. But more and more people are wising up. Hence the result that you got in the US with the recent election. That was purely down to social media. That was the likes of people wising up, getting away from the mainstream media narrative that they were being fed, and doing some research. And despite all of their best efforts and their billionaire endorsements, that party that shall remain nameless lost. And that was a good thing for the world, in my humble opinion. Kevin, hello from Seattle. Hi. I believe that's Russia. You believe correctly, Kevin. It is indeed, sir. Some people, do you know, the comments I've had sometimes, you know, the obvious one I get all the time, Putin bot or Putin propagandist or some other rubbish. Get that quite a lot. But I've also got recently, this isn't real, this isn't live, this is in a studio. Right, okay. Well, it's a pretty good studio, isn't it? Doesn't look too bad, does it? And I think I'm alive. And as I'm answering your questions, I'm guessing you're typing them in live. You're getting an answer, so I'm guessing that would suggest that I'm live. Well, there we go. Anyhow, any of you into crypto? If you're not, you should be. In fact, I suggest that you must be, whether it's for yourself or your kids. But it is the future. It is our financial system. It's already built, it's already in the background. It's just the final pieces are going into place now. The banks are getting their ducks in a row. But it is built, it is done. I've been into crypto since 2016. I'm not a whack job, not a tin foil hat wearer, but do yourself a favour and do some research when it comes to crypto. Thank me later. Right. Well, I've donated to, in the past, I'd be concerned of being arrested. Okay, well, hey, Davey, you know, we all make choices in the world. You chose to donate to something. All I say is why? What made you do that? What made you send money? What was your reasoning? Did you find the source of the information that convinced you to do that? Did you check it? Or were you one of the people that put your flag in your bio, maybe stuck one out in your front garden, and now don't have it in your bio and don't have it in your front garden? Don't know. Don't want to be disrespectful, but just I'm going to ask questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them as well. Let me get the chair. I can watch the stupid cats playing. I'll catch up with your questions because I don't like to get behind them. Final destination. Women lives are easy. Right. Furby, Lyle, does everyone chase Rios? Do you know what, mate? Yes. Although he gets a little bit cocky sometimes, and then that happens. So he literally is a pussy. When he was very young, we got him when he was 2 weeks old, so he literally sat in the palm of my hand, and I fed him with a syringe every 2 hours. And he went out one night, did that, went over the fence, and then we heard this awful cat meowing row, and he was by the back door, and another cat had chased him, and he was by the back door, and he literally pooed himself. Literally pooed himself. And he was just screaming. And yeah, so he's always been a pussy. Whereas this one, I won't mess with her. She takes no prisoners. Not scared of anything. So she's the boss of the house. Nice to see you anyway, Furby. Louise Pullin. Hello from the Philippines. Hi. Nice to potentially see you. See your name on the screen. Jimmy. Perhaps it was, but we elected a dancing monkey buffoon. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say the lesser of two evils. It's probably a better description. Vic, give it time, bet you're wrong. Fascism has moved in. Vic, I'll have that bet. I'll counter that with, when was the last time you were in Russia? Now, you know, that might be arrogant of me. You might live in Russia now. You might have been here last week. But more often than not, the comments like that I get come from people that have never been to Russia. and you know, with the best intentions, are ill-informed. So yeah, I'll take that bet, Vic. No problem. Jimmy, no, you shouldn't. Should I not? Oh, Vic, you're going down that path to dream on. Oh, Vic, please don't be the first clown that I get rid of. Sean, XRP, indeed. Wake up, people. XRP. You're proving that those who wish to live a happy, peaceful life can do so if they wish. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Absolutely. Paul ZX. Crypto are too volatile for now, but it's definitely a future. No, it depends what you're doing with it. If you're looking at it as an investment, you have to remember crypto is a currency. And as with any currency, you can use it as a means of transaction, but you can purchase it and use it to store value. You can invest in it, blah, blah, blah. And it's the same. It's not just for buying and watching it going up and down. You can do things with it, especially things like XRP that's got a utility. Yeah, I mean, the volatility is where you make the money. If that's your thought process, if you're looking to purchase something and make money on it, every trader only wants volatility. They don't want stability. You don't make money out of a stable coin. Clown kitties, yeah, oh yeah, regular entertainment. Davey, I oppose any, regardless of their reasoning. There is no reason. Okay, I disagree. I believe that a preemptive strike for the right reason is absolutely warranted in certain times. And if you do your homework on this situation, you will see that we're not talking about that word that you're using. You're talking about a preemptive strike. And ultimately, if you're in the school playground and the bully is coming towards you with his mates, you can either stand there and wait to be punched, and maybe you won't be able to fight back, or you punch the bully before he gets a chance. That's called a preemptive strike. And there we go. Final destination, marriage sucks. I disagree with that completely. I am very happily married. Love my wife to bits. My wife's the reason I'm alive, and I am not. I don't think being over dramatic with that. I really don't think that at all. I think genuinely I would be dead if it wasn't for my wife. So no, marriage doesn't suck. Marriage is amazing with the right person. Life sucks. Hey, look, if your life sucks, change it. If you change nothing, nothing will change. So if you're not happy with your life, change something. I did. I'm happy. Please don't bring any innocent kid here in this cruel existence. Well, too late for that. Life's what you make of it. Anti-natalism, righto. You sound really unhappy. Change your life, because you desperately are unhappy. Change something. Pension, do you support a football team? No, I don't. Balls or engines, they say, and I'm engines. So any kind of motorsport, pretty much, I have an interest in. Travelled an awful lot with motor racing, with race team, around Europe. Raced at, quite a high level, not me personally, but working with riders and suspension set up on bikes. So did a lot of travelling. So yeah, motorsport for me. No interest in football whatsoever. Final destination. Women don't need that much. Okay, great. Thanks for the statement. Fred Santana, do you have a migrant problem? Nope. Russia has an immigration policy, and I'll tell you what's good. They stick to it. So that's quite cool. I'm going through the immigration policy, and it's very stringent, it's very strict, and that's a good thing. God. Final destination. I'm sorry, but you are so unhappy. You just need to change your life, and you're downer on the party. You've got to go. I'm gonna have to delete you if you keep on. Stay child-free. Oh my God. Loneliness is real. Right, final destination. You really need to change something in your life. If that's how you feel, if you genuinely feel that, so much so that you're bashing away at a keyboard, change your life. Do something. Get up off of your lazy ass, stop bitching and change your life. Do something. Change your job, move location, but do something. Otherwise, you're just a bitch. You're just sitting somewhere bitching about how crap your life is. And if you're not prepared to do anything about it, nobody else is going to do it for you. Any more of your rubbish and you're gone. Because I'm quite happy. Anyhow, Furby, we have a wiener today. Pardon? Fred, God is real. Rock on. Doug, what did I come across? Ooh, Mrs. I've no idea, so I wasn't there. Sous Chef, what are you talking about? Lots of things. All sorts. Talking about life in Russia, crypto, blue skies, wine, cats. Dunno, pick a subject. I'm happy to talk about it. Free City, free Diddy. Righto. Meow meow. Christopher, hi. Hello, hello. Secret Army. Old New Jersey guy in Sweden. By the way, keep up your live reporting. It's pretty good, mate. Thank you. I try to stream as often as I can. Just it gives people an opportunity to ask an Englishman in Russia a question. Good, bad, or indifferent. Don't mind what you ask me. If you start with abuse or you start talking bollocks, then you'll be gone. But apart from that, I'm happy to help. Pension news. The dollar has lost almost 90% of its value, but crypto is too volatile. Yeah. We're rolling into a new financial system. And every 100 years, roughly, the financial system changes for a new iteration. You go back to caveman days when they're swapping rocks and carving out on stone tablets, and then a bit of goat swapping and, you know, gold, etc. We've gone through many iterations of transactional value, money, etc., etc. And this is the latest one, moving into crypto, digital. Adam, why are you walking up and down? Adam, I have no idea. I always do it. As soon as I get on the phone, I pace. I walk up and down. So I'm going to go up the stairs again. Just because it's a nice day and I want to be outside. I've been indoors all day, bloody live streaming. So, yeah. A lot of building going on. Building everywhere in Russia. Lots of building. Oh, didn't notice that. They've come and fitted the hooks. Fine. Yeah, better have a tidy up here, I suppose. Bit of a sweep up needed. Bit of wishy-washy. Better see if the lights still work. I haven't used them for a year. Meow meow. Never punched anyone in your life. Well, I kickboxed for about 5 years. So I'm guessing that statement that you've made may be incorrect. Ha ha ha. He he he. How'd you like them apples? Davey, is your wife Russian? Yes, she is. Preemptive strike, you're talking nukes? No. A preemptive strike is exactly what it is. It's a strike in one way, shape or form to mitigate an incoming strike, whether that's hand to hand, whether it's throwing hands, or all the way up to exchange of nukes. But a preemptive strike is generally undertaken as a defensive posture against something that's going to come and happen to you. Meow meow, you're definitely on my list. The gun's loaded. I'm going to pull the trigger on you in a minute. Keep talking that kind of crap. Irving Goldberg. Good. I nearly said good morning Vietnam. What on earth? Good afternoon, sir. It's probably morning where you are, isn't it? Good morning, Chris, or afternoon as it may be in your area. It certainly is. It is 4:15 in the afternoon here. I'm grateful to be here, listening to a sound, strong voice of reason and compassion. You have given a bright, optimistic beginning to my morning. Fabulous, Kevin. That is epic. Do you know what? I'll put up with 100 haters if I get one person that's, happy and says, you've brightened my day. Then absolute result. Well happy with that. So thank you, sir. Very kind. Jar J, you're in Russia? ? Yeah. Yes, I am. Hang on, because I always get this. Oh, you're not in Russia. No, you can't be. People doubt it. I don't know why. Technology is an amazing thing nowadays, but people doubt that I'm in Russia. They just think I'm a Putin propagandist. So what I'll do, we've got some building materials left over, so let's go and read them. Come with me, children. Oh, look at that. Don't look like English, does it? Come with me, children. Let's go and learn. Come on, Billy. Come on, Johnny. Let's go and learn today's Russian task. What do you reckon? That look like Russian? Or what about my car? So that's a Chinese car and a Haval. And if I do that, does that look like Russia? Check out the website. Yagauto, expert.ru. So that's in, they've got a few branches, but their nearest one is in Novorossiysk. So there you go. So in answer to your question, hopefully that's answered it. You're in Russia. So take your question mark away and make it an exclamation mark. Why do you say you're in Russia when you're clearly not? Oh, Joseph Ruskin. Oh, sorry, Poppy. I think I just disproved your theory. Don't respond to the fault. No, it's great fun. I don't respond to them, in any kind of seriousness. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in a I can't be arsed mood, I'll just delete them. But sometimes it's funny. Usually give them long enough and they shoot themselves anyway. Sorry, Joseph, I demonstrated that I was in Russia before I got to your comment saying that I'm not in Russia. Happy to help though. And the comments you're getting on here do not represent most Americans. No, I know. That's how Russians think. Just because the government is acting a certain way doesn't mean the people think a certain way. Christopher, good advice, by the way. Wisdom and insight is reserved for the very, very few. It is indeed. You know what I say about common sense? It's not that common. The guy saying stay single, talking about loneliness. Hey, look, everybody's got something going on in their lives, and you never know. You never know. Unless you've walked in somebody's shoes, it's you shouldn't really judge them. But I do have a very low pain threshold for idiots. So, yeah. I kind of, at my age, I really don't have a lot of tolerance for people that, just talk crap. But, maybe he's having a bad day. Everybody has it. Preach it, Chris. Amen, brother. Good afternoon, sir. Ireland, 1916. Good afternoon to you. Final destination is highly likely a bot. Timestamps reveal them. Yeah, well, he's gone now. If he comes back, I'll delete him. Cookie, hi. How are you? Looney Shrooms, loving that. Out of shroom season now, don't you? Well, it depends on which country you live in, but certainly in the UK. What do you mean, plastic Russian? You in witness SEC with a face change or something. Sorry? You what? Monkey juice, I won't tell anyone. Won't you? Okay. All right, that's good. Thanks. Mike Webb, did you purposely ignore my message? No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though, what you won't see. I don't see all the messages that you guys do. Sometimes it's because I've banned the user before. But equally, sometimes YouTube blocks their message to me, so I can't respond to it. So I never ignore a message, ever, not purposefully. Sometimes if I haven't got my glasses on, I'll skip by it. But I've got them on now, so I didn't purposefully ignore your message. Just intrigued as I don't trust MSN. There you go. Yeah, so I won't always see your messages, so don't post links because I won't see them. Avoid abuse, you know, swearing, etc., because again, YouTube will block it. And just think about the wording of your message if you want me to see it. Sean, are realised crypto profits taxed in Russia for retirees? Right, that falls into the category of whether you're a foreigner or whether you're on temporary residency, permanent residency, or a citizen. If it's any of the last three, then you are subject to taxation. As a foreigner, you are not. So if you're a temporary resident, permanent resident, or citizen, you have to abide by Russian taxation laws. As a foreigner, you're technically on holiday. You don't go on holiday to Spain and pay tax. I'm just using that as an example, not trying to be clever, by the way. Andrew Tate, does he? Never met him. So because I've never met him, I wouldn't comment on him. I can pass an opinion, but certainly couldn't make a statement like that because I don't know him. Nice to hear you're into motorsport. Do you have any karting tracks near you? I don't know is the honest answer. Funnily enough, I have not investigated the Russian motorsport scene at all, and I know it's pretty big, but I have not gone into it, mainly because the last guy I worked with, I said that would be it for me with motorsport. Yeah, he meant an awful lot to me, and when I packed up with motorsport, that was it. I was done. I, was in it for a long time, and got out of it. Right, final destination. Sorry, you're gone. Bye. Adios, amigo. Yeah, so sorry, Leo. Karting tracks near me, I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Yes, there are. Sorry. Yes, there are. In Nova Assist, there are karting tracks. I've seen the signs. Going rogue. Nice to see you. I have arrived. What did I miss? I don't know, but you need to get your sights tuned in. You won't miss anything then. Davey, do you show off your town in your videos? Yes. So the last video I've just uploaded, you'll see a bit of my town. Last video is tattoo removal in Russia. So there's a little walk in a bit of my town to the tattoo parlour to meet a very nice gentleman and have a bit of laser tattoo removal. So that's the last one. But yeah, just go and look at my channel. You'll see stuff about my house, inside, outside, our projects, the garden, the swimming pool, sauna, the terraces, our town, wine region, various wineries, all sorts. Go and have a look. Joe King, hi, nice to see you. Hello, love the channel. Did you get any Marmite? You get? No, I haven't. I can't bring myself to part with £21 for a 250 gram jar of Marmite. Just can't do it. No matter how much I want it, I can't do it. Christopher, yep, effed is a bot. 99% timestamps and short phrases, reveal them. Okay, well guys, feel free to let me know, but he's gone anyway. History. Felix, привет. Как дела? Kevin, it was simply the architecture that led me to believe that you're in Russia. I spent time... Architecture? Where else? I spend time travelling in Google Earth and I'm... cool. Well, look up ANAPA, Anapa, on Google Earth. Because that's the town we're just outside of. 40 kilometres of sandy beach. And I'll tell you what, guys, you've got to come along for Christmas. Because Christmas in Russia is absolutely epic. The town of Anapa, yeah, all sorts of Christmas trees, huge Christmas trees all over the place, and the beach as well. They decorate the beach. Last year there was Chinese New Year theme, and it was epic. Absolutely, it's lovely. So lots of videos come Christmas time, so come along for the ride. And we will be doing our Christmas lights soon. Don't know if I'm going to go to the scale that I did last year, which I basically had lights hanging from everywhere, all around the terraces, around the roof, front and back, down the stairs. Oh yeah, everywhere. you know, projectors and everything. Proper nutty last year. Who knows? The type of stone you chose for your driveway and walking paths makes it look like it's covered in dirt. Yeah, that's not stone, and it is covered in dirt. So this is concrete. So this is what's called printed concrete. And we've got different patterns, as you can see. This is kind of like a natural stone pattern. And then we've got like a tiled pattern. But this is all just poured concrete. Straight out of a lorry. And yeah, it is covered in dirt, mate, because, well, the roof terrace has been redone. So this is all covered in dirt. And the sauna has just been finished. So there's a load of dirt there. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It needs washing off. And also, we've just done away with this. So there was a tap there about this high out the ground, about 800 centimetres out the ground. And it was just in the way. I didn't want it there. So we've done away with that. I've moved it inside the pool room, and it comes out at the bottom behind these loungers. And this here will be a shower, an outdoor shower. Because we haven't got enough showers. We've only got 4 at the moment. So we need another one, really. So let's have a look in the pool room. I don't want to do too much because I'll get behind on the chat. So yeah, that there goes through the hole there in the wall, and then that will join up to the shower. And there you go, 10.8 degrees in the pool at the moment. Saltwater pool. And as you can see, it's got its winter coat on anyway. But yeah, 10.8 degrees, no heating. But we are thinking about heating it, in which case we'll use it through the winter. Barney, Russian hard-working people, smart too. Yeah, do you know what? Yes, absolutely they are hard-working people. And yes, I would agree. Very, very clued up on world events, Russians. They take a great interest in foreign affairs. So yeah, they're very clued up on what's going on in the world. And this might shock a lot of you. How many of you, if you're in the West, can watch on your TV Russian news? I'll give you the answer, you don't need to. You can't, because it's sanctioned and it's blocked and it's propaganda and it's evil. Well, guess what? That ain't the case in Russia, because every night on Russian news, there are BBC news reports, CNN, Fox News, the Trump, Harris campaigns was all on the news. So, yeah, Russia doesn't control the narrative. They let people make their own choices. That might surprise you. Joseph, why would you want to live in Russia when you have England to live in? Because I lived in England all my life and Russia's better. So for me, again, I'm talking about my own experience. So I am now living a life that I couldn't live in England. I would have been working till I died in England because I was, you know, struggling to keep my head above water. That's the way it is. Cost of living is extortionate. So out here, I own this house, or me and my wife own this house. There is no mortgage, which I couldn't do in England. I have a swimming pool, couldn't have had that in the UK. I have a sauna, couldn't have had that in the UK. I eat fresh food, no GMO, as it's banned in Russia, so no genetically modified. So we eat lovely fresh food. I've lost 17 kilos in weight since coming to Russia because I'm not eating crap. So I'm eating good quality fresh food. The weather is amazing. The people are lovely. They're genuinely lovely to me. Why wouldn't I live in Russia? I think is more a question. Alexander, hi. Hi. What's up? Oh, we've done that already. Bill, good afternoon, Chris. Starting to get a bit cooler now. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah. I've took my hat off, but I might have to put it back on in a minute. My ears are getting cold. We need to get out, mate. We need to go and grab a coffee or a beer or something. Meet up. Alexander, you from the UK? Yes, I am, but I live here. Mike, no worries, no links, just wondered about the conflict and your view on it. Yeah, Mike, yeah, you know, all that'll happen is my channel will be turned off. As soon as I start talking about it, you know the score. I've got a Telegram channel. Feel free to join it, The Plastic Russian. Yeah, I've got two channels. One's the chat group and one's the channel that I post stuff to. The chat group is full of really clever people, make me look completely stupid. But there's a good bunch of people in the chat group, and you know, quite often you can ask a question and get the correct answer in there, very often in fact. So good place to be. What do you think of my cat house? That's a plum tree that I've tried to kill several times. We've run it over with tractors and beat it to death, chopped it down, and the damn thing, look at it. Russia, baby. Stick it in the ground, it grows. You have a beautiful piece of property there and your actual home is stellar. Thank you. I noticed there is absolutely no trash on your street. Correct. Yeah, well, it's called respect, I suppose. You know, as the saying goes, why would you crap on your own doorstep? So, yeah, no, Russians, they're tidy people and they've got respect for where they live. And for other people as well. Lone Gamer. Hi, nice to see you. Hi, Chris. Usual idiot comments again. I say, hope you're well. Bad few weeks for me. Need to jump in the shower and get shopping, get my arse in gear. Oh, hopefully nothing too serious. And if you change nothing, nothing will change. So whatever's causing the bad, change it. Benjamin, what do you do for a living in Russia? How does your pay compare to a pay you will receive in the UK? So obviously there's a huge difference in salary, but there's also a huge difference in living costs. So it's, you know, I can't say it's comparable on a one-to-one, because definitely there's better value in Russia. For a start, utilities. You know, the price of gas and electricity. Our gas bill last month was about 70 pence for the month. Yes, I did say 70 pence. And electricity was about £25, I think, something like that. So there's one example. But the average wage is a lot lower, and that's what the West focuses on. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. You can't afford to live in Russia. The average wage is. But they don't tell you things like that, do they? When you're paying £200 and £300 a month for your gas and electric, they don't tell you that I'm paying 20. They don't tell you about the prices of food. They don't tell you that going out for a meal with your wife will cost you about 15 quid. They're the things they don't tell you about. They don't tell you about the petrol being a third of the price. So, yeah. So, yeah, pay really depends on region, depends on job. And to answer the first part of your question, I don't work. I'm retired. Ken. Well, the same as anybody else, mate. I'm not going to read that out, but same as anybody else. Look at these idiots. Lucky the pool cover's strong. Yeah, same as anybody else. They are treated fairly and respectfully. Come to Russia, integrate with the country, abide by its laws, rules and policies. You won't have any issue. Come here as a criminal, or come here wanting to be up to no good. Yeah, you're going to find out the Russian justice system is pretty swift and severe. Ken, it looks beautiful there. Mate, it is. Guten Morgen, sailor. Oh dear, I'm trying to dig back to my German days. No, it's gone. I was going to ask how you were, but yeah. But anyhow, good morning. Anyhow, it's not morning, it's afternoon. Guten Tag. You're right on the Black Sea. Absolutely wonderful. I am indeed. You've just looked me up on Google Maps. Can you see me waving? Christopher, by the way, I was working with computers 73 to 75. IBM's, Food Servers, Princeton University and Rutgers. It was a rapper net, military network. True story, wow. Okay. Davey, I can watch RT in the US. The US does not block Russian news. okay, but the only way you can watch it is through the internet, isn't it? It's not on mainstream media, is it? It's not like it's a channel, because it is blocked. RT is blocked in the US, so you might be able to use a VPN and look it up on the internet. That's not the same as what I'm saying. I can turn on my mainstream media news and watch Western news. Fred Hinkle, great day to all from the cornfields of southern Indiana. Blimey, good day to all. That's pretty humid there, isn't it? Southern Indiana, I might be wrong. Oh, it looks beautiful where you are. Thanks, I'm glad you think it's beautiful. It's just my back garden, but we think it's beautiful. Vic, good, have fun. Cheers, mate, I will. Brish and Hess, I hope we can all get through everything that is going on. Yeah, of course. I think everybody wants that. Everybody wants the current situation to be resolved, but it has to be resolved in the right way. So, yeah. How much do you need in the bank to live there? Sure. How much to put radiators in my house? Yeah, it's an impossible question. It depends on what region you want to live in, depends what lifestyle you want to have. Yeah, you're going to have to be a lot more specific. Join my Telegram group and ask some specific questions. You know, what region you're thinking of looking at, what district within that region, what town within that district, what village, what kind of lifestyle. Do you want to own an apartment? Do you want to rent a flat? Do you want a, flat share? Do you want to own a house? Do you want to own a car? Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So, impossible question, really. Barney, do you speak Russian? I just subscribed. Thank you, Barney. Do I speak Russian? Da. Yet. No. I'm learning. So, lovely lady on my channel. Her name's Oksana. She's a teacher. She teaches Russian to English people, or English speakers, and she teaches English to Russian speakers. Absolutely lovely lady. Super patient. Super patient. She needs to be. I'm an idiot. And I'm learning with her. She's got an incredible platform. So it's all online, face-to-face kind of stuff. No Zoom or anything. It's just a link, and takes you to her platform, and then she goes through the lessons, and she'll do stuff on the screen, and you'll follow what she's doing on the screen. And oh yeah, brilliant. Absolutely technology. So no excuses. Anybody can learn the language. Yeah. So, yeah, have a look at my Telegram channel, or have a look at the front page of my YouTube channel, and you'll see there's a link if you want to learn Russian, or if you want to learn English. She speaks both fluently, certainly better than I do. What part of Russia are you in? Just outside of Napa, on the coast of the Black Sea. Anapa, A-N-A-P-A. Type that into Google, you'll see where I am. D-Way, can you speak Russian? Just answered that. I'll take Florida winter over Russia's any day. Depends what part of Russia, doesn't it? This is winter here. What's wrong with this? Looks all right to me. There we go. Mike Webb, fair enough, no drama. Yeah, no problem, mate. Like I say, join me Telegram, we can probably chat a bit better. Pranif, hey cutie pie. Thank you. Brish and Hess, I have to pick up trash all the time in the US. Yeah, well, at least you're picking it up. It's terrible. You can't say the same for where I am. Yeah, I know. I went back to the UK in May, and it's just sad. Just really sad seeing what's happening. State of the town. Sailor, considering the latest news is a bunker on the list of new projects. Old Joe lost his wits. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but again, it's headline, isn't it? America authorises long-range blah, blah, and then you pick the bones out of it, and you go, well, kind of, and, yes, should they have? Of course not. Is that an act of absolute stupidity? Yes. But why do you think that is? All they're trying to do is set as many fires as they can in the US now for Trump to inherit. That's all they're going to do. regardless of the consequence, you are just going to see everything set on fire. That's what they want. They just want to cause carnage everywhere so that Trump comes to presidency, has to deal with all of this carnage so that they can say, look at the state of the country now that he's president. That's all this is about. Anybody with a brain can see that. But that's what this is about. They didn't get what they wanted. They're throwing the toys out the pram and they're just trying to create fires everywhere. How low do the temps go in a Napa in winter? So I think last winter it was about -5 we got to. The pool, the lowest temperature in the pool was +5. So sorry, Crispy, yeah. Yeah, like I say, I think it got to -5 here. But that's the joys of living in the south. Dean, that don't look like a cheap house. How much in the bank do you need to live in Larderland? Don't be disrespectful, Dean. Come on, be nice. That don't look like a cheap house. Well, where are you? Are you in the UK? Because I'll put that in English money. You're looking at about 200 grand. Not just for the house, for everything. Pool, sauna, house, fully fitted out, everything. About 200 grand. Yeah. Irving. Hey, Chris. Are the windows in houses single pane or double? The US is double. So ours are triple. So our windows are triple glazed, which I only found out the other day because I just assumed they were double glazed, like you do. But no, these are triple glazed. Even the ones in the garage. Don't know if you can see. You've got the outer, you've got that black stripe in the middle, which is another pane, and then you've got the inner. So we've actually got triple glazing. Brisham, the woods are a dumping ground for certain, if not people. Yeah. Kevin, PS, by architecture I meant where you were up on the round, gazed across the homes. Yeah, Stoke-upon-Trent, Plymouth, Sydney. I can almost blindly determine where I am by the architecture. Yeah, fair enough. Istvan, hello, where do you work? I don't work, mate. I am a man of leisure. Barney, Jack's Flower. Okay. Cookie Monster, very happy Trump is coming back. Yeah, I mean, lesser of two evils, without a doubt. I don't think he's ideal, but certainly given the choice. You had a choice of saying exactly how it was, because Harris was just no different to what you already had. You know, when that was first announced that she would run, it wasn't going to be any different to the current administration. Then they quickly realised that that wasn't going to work and get the votes, so they started coming up with all sorts of policies that they were going to introduce, which basically were Trump's policies that they just nicked and regurgitated, trying to win the popular vote, and that didn't work. And a lot of people are in shock, especially in the Western countries. They were convinced that Harris was going to win, so they're all in shock. But yeah, that's what happens. If you F around with the people bite back eventually. Davey, how long have you lived in Russia? Since May last year. At least you're getting your exercise pace in the garden. I should stream and walk as I don't move enough. Yeah. Leo, when learning Russian, remember that a journey 1,000 miles starts with things. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's true of learning anything. It always starts with the first step. Yeah, Florida gets hammered by hurricanes all the time. You're right, Sally. Yeah, from what I've seen. Don't have that problem here. Hurricanes can be seen coming for days. Thank God. Around where I live in the UK, that would be 600 to a million easy with that land space. Yeah, absolutely. In my town, what we've got here would cost, you know, a certain part in my town, what we've got here would cost close to £1 million. I just subscribed and I'm happy that I did. Thank you, Kevin. I'm an Anglophile and for years have learned about England's geography from Eastbourne, Truro, Canvey Island, Blackpool, Edinburgh, etc. Nice. Well, I've travelled all over the UK. I've got friends in various parts of the UK, top to bottom. Travelled all around Europe. So I'm well travelled, not as well as some. Davey, do you think the US, Britain and Russia will ever have friendly relations? No. I think they will, at some point in time, have a coexistence. You might even call it cordial, but they will never be friends. And that's not from the Russian side. That is purely going back through history. All they want to do is break up Russia for the resources. And, you know, they're never, ever, they're so far disappeared down a wormhole, they couldn't possibly backtrack from that route anyway. So no, they will never be friends. And like I say, that's not from the Russian side. Alex, how's the media and news in Russia? In what regard? What do you want to know? It's pretty good. The guy that said that earlier was saying he lives in Jack's, Florida. Okay, so that's Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, so that's text speak. Andre, nice to see you. Hi, I came back from Russia. My house is fine. Neighbours is great. Sauna was great as usual. What is discussion about? Politics and bollocks, they say. Yeah, you know, all sorts of everything. Cats, houses, cost of living, Trump, crypto, wine. I like talking about wine. Sauna. Yeah, anything. Yo, what's up? Privyat. Yeah, Russia. Hello in Russia. Pension news. What is the easiest route to Sochi from there? Train. So you can get a train from a Napa train station to Sochi. It's about, I'm going to say 6 or 7 hours train journey. That's probably the easiest route. You can drive, but it's a very twisty road. The last 100 kilometres, really twisty. It's a biker's paradise. The road down to Sochi, absolute paradise. Bends and twists and level changes, it's epic. But if you want to get somewhere, it's a freaking nightmare. Done more walking than I've done the last 2 weeks. Get out more. Alex, left or right? Sorry, that's relating to your... Oh, yeah, no, I don't have a left or a right, mate. I don't believe in all that crap label nonsense. I do not put myself in a pigeonholed box. I say what I think what I say. Irvin, hey folks, how about we all smash the like button to help him out? Do you know what, guys? I always forget that. Please do that. Please hit the like button. The way YouTube works, the algorithm and everything, your comments and your likes are the only thing that, you know, promotes the channel and pushes it forward. I want to make it clear I am not in this for the money. If you could join my Telegram group, you will see I post every month my revenue income from YouTube. Every month. I don't know anybody else that does that on YouTube. Maybe there is, but I haven't come across anyone. But I want to be completely transparent. My channel is not about money. All of my videos are start and stop. They're not edited and they're all glossy and fancy. They are literally turn the camera on, turn it off again. And any revenue I generate is, well, I think it's £12 this month. So yeah, I've spent more on gimbals than I've recovered from YouTube, I can assure you. So it's not about the money. But please, yeah, hit the like button. That would, yeah, it's really helpful. Sailor, are you planning to drive to Crimea anytime soon? No, is the honest answer. I'm not planning to. I want to, but yeah, got so much going on. Like I say, we've only just finished the sauna and we're going to be on to the next project very soon. -5 is not bad. Seems as though you get plenty of sun as well. Here in eastern Canada can be much like Britain. Clouds, fog, rain, but colder in winter. Yeah, eastern Canada. Yeah, I was western Canada when I went there. Vancouver and Whistler. But yeah, it is. It's a holiday destination. Sunshine coast. If you go down to Sochi, you're looking at a subtropical climate. Yo, what's up? Can't speak Russian, so I can't read that, but thanks. Davey, what camera are you using? I'm using the camera in my iPhone. So, streaming with iPhone. The reason I do that is so I can read your comments. If I turn it sideways like this, I can't read the comments. YouTube is working well in your region. In Peskov Oblast, it's almost dead. Yeah, it does fluctuate a bit. Sometimes it works on the Wi-Fi, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works on mobile, sometimes it doesn't. Just kind of have to go with it. But live streams seem to be all right. I just bought a Sony A blah blah as a starter camera. Wouldn't have a clue what that is, mate. Yeah, for me, I'm an old technophobe, so for me, it's much easier to just use the phone. Can you say tuppence a bag? Tuppence a bag, son. Apples and pears, Rory O'More, taters. My family are Cockneys. Tuppence a bag, son. There you go, open major day. Right, 10% of battery. So if I die, that's bad. If I die, I will die one day. Just not planning on it yet. Davey, have you ever travelled to the US? No. I did plan to. A lot of my friends have been to the US many times. Many times. One of my friends went there again this year, was a regular to the US, and unfortunately said he'll never go again. He went to Chicago, I think it was, and said it was terrible. Said it was really not good. I don't know how true that is, it's just his opinion. But he said he didn't feel safe, everything cost a fortune, and it just wasn't good, and he will never go again, which is a shame. But yeah, I wanted to go to the US when I was younger, but now I just see horror stories about the place all the time, and yeah, the appeal has gone. Sorry I missed most of it, but it was 6 AM when I joined. You should be sorry, it's terrible. Andre still can't read Russian. Christopher, P.S. The name Chris is from the Greek Christophorus, meaning the bearer of Christ's word. I'm Chris too. Oh, blimey, there you go. Never knew that. Thank you for that education. The bearer of Christ's word. Oh, that's something to live up to, isn't it? I cannot get out. I'm watching you. Well, take me with you. Get on a walk. Yo, what's up? All Americans with traditional values, if they don't succeed in the West, can find a second home in Russia. We will be glad to see you. Yeah, I think, Russia is going to attract a lot of people because it has traditional values, mum and dad, 2 genders. Look what Trump has just announced. Yeah, going to be a hell of a fallout from that if he manages to get that through, that America will only recognise 2 genders. Be his single greatest achievement, I think. Right, I'm going to get a power pack, otherwise you're all going to die. Right, power pack. Now I need a cable. Let's have that one. That doesn't fit. That might fit. Not sure 2 metres of cable is going to be long enough, but let's try. Here's the house. It's lovely and warm in here as well. There you go. I've plugged you into the battery, so obviously going to be here for a bit, I guess. Andre, I've been to Chicago as well. Never ever again as well. Well, I can't. It's different. I don't like commenting on something that I have no experience of myself, because you're just a talking head then. But all I can say is, people that I know personally say they wouldn't go there again. So, yeah. Irving, you're correct, Chris. The new American dream is Russia. Yeah. I think, I guess channels like mine can make everything look like sunshine and rainbows and, oh, wow, Russia is the answer. And, what can I say? Suck it up. I can only show you the reality. I'm not, I'm not fake news or propaganda. I just turn the camera on and point it. There's no, it's just a reality. That dog, I wish he'd shut up. He's visiting. I've just spotted my idiot. I thought he was over there winding a dog up like he usually is. But he's in there, look. What you doing? What you doing, Rios? Bless him. Little monkey. Yeah. Alex. Well, yeah, again, I don't know. You know, you guys probably got a better idea than me. Matthew, nice. Thank you. It is. Pekka Patterson. Love that. Way too many on YouTube. Yeah, do you know what? Sorry, Pekka Patterson, I can't be doing with that crap. What difference does it make what colour somebody is? God's sake, ask a 2-year-old what colour their friend is. They're not going to say black or white. They're going to say beige or brown or yellow. Why's that? Because fucking black and white doesn't exist. Bullshit. I can't be doing with that. Can't be doing with it. Yeah, a lot. Sailor, so Chicago's not worth visiting. Sailor, I don't know. You know, people in the comments, my friend said he'd never go there again. He said it was horrendously expensive. He didn't go out in the evening because it was just, he felt very unsafe. Now, whether that's his perception or not, I don't know. But he said he's never been like that before, but now he'd never go there again. Going rogue, I'll hold you to that. Going rogue, most definitely bring Marmite. The biggest, massivest jar you can ram in your suitcase. I'll definitely buy the first round. Davey, your friend should focus on the natural beauty of the US, like Yellowstone National Park or the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls. Of course, every country has got natural beauty, absolutely. England is no exception. There are areas in England that are stunning. Unfortunately, I find for England now, it is if you're a tourist, England is a magical, mystical place because you go there as a tourist to do tourist things, like go to all the nice places. But for the people that live there on a daily basis, that's something that they visit every now and again. That's not their reality. Their reality is going to work, living in an area, wherever that may be, that they maybe can't afford to live in, or where the crime is high, or the services are crap. And that's their reality, and that's what's important. People need to look at the reality of where people live, not the magic and the wonder, because every country's got magic and wonder. Andre, but in Missouri it was excellent, amazingly, really safe, nice people, friendly and helpful, especially in small villages. America is also big and different. Yeah, absolutely it is, of course. And, you know, this is, again, a point that people really need to understand. Every country, of course, is good and bad. But nobody can say that their country's big unless they're standing in Russia. I know the US is a big country, but Russia's twice the size of the US. Let's put it in perspective, 66 times the size of the UK. Sailor, Chris, how many loops do you do around the pool by now? I've no idea. I'm going to go for another lap. I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't done this. I haven't gone round. And here's another project, look. So when we were having the concrete done, I had the foresight to run a power cable in a bit of armoured sleeve all the way into the pool room where it's on the fuse board, ready to be powered up. Now, what am I going to do with that? I don't know. I just thought it was a good idea to put power out this end, because once the concrete's down, I ain't digging it up again. So we put power there, but I've no idea what to do with it. So feel free to let me know. And if it involves shoving it somewhere, I'm not interested. Don't be mean. Anyhow, I'm going to finish my loop now, Sailor. I haven't done here. Look, I haven't walked down this side, have I? Or have I? Have I? I don't know. Oh, that reminds me, the wife's got some solar lights that I need to put in. The barbecue needs a bit of love. But I'm going to build a proper barbecue one day. That's another project. Look at the state of this. It does change. That's the walnut tree that's been chopped up. That's a load of hardcore for another project. There's some builder's sand under there for a project. There's some pallets, because I'm lazy. And these are the old tiles for the terrace. Some people like them. We're sick of the sight of them now, because we've seen them so many times. We've got them out the front here. and we've got them on the rear terrace. But yeah, just got bored of looking at them. So there you go, Sailor, another loop. Niagara Falls is 1 hour drive for me. Wow, it's a beautiful place. Awesome. I must admit, I've seen a few videos. Obviously, it's not the same thing. And yeah, it looks incredible. There's lots of places around the world in all different countries. If the world could just get on, then everybody could enjoy these places, couldn't they? We could all visit each other's places. How lovely would that be? If every country was its own sovereign country, and everybody just got on. Be nice, wouldn't it? Chicago, not worth visiting. Okay. Have you travelled to the far east of Russia? Hang on, I'm doing the north, south, east, west thing. So I'm on the west. Have I travelled to the far east? No, because it's a chuffing long way. So no, I haven't. Bamrari Gamer. Slava Rossiya. Privyat. Privyat. Fred, you have a blessed life. Thank you for sharing this with us. Do you know what I do? Me and the wife were sat in the sauna the other night having that discussion. And I said to her then, I said, I'm so, you know, grateful for the life that we live. You know, it's, yeah, remarkable compared to where we were. You know, we're not living in a mansion, but to be honest, I wouldn't want to be. Live in a mansion, you've got to clean it, haven't you? But we love our house. It's epic for us, you know. It's a lovely family home. It's a good size. And I know a swimming pool in the US is quite common in a lot of states, but it's not in the UK. It's only the rich that have swimming pools in the UK. Everybody else has an above ground inflatable pool. So to have a swimming pool, to have a sauna, yeah, it's the height of luxury for us. You know, we're just simple people. So to have that is, yeah, it's wonderful. And we've built this house the way we have so that we enjoy it, so that we're happy to be at home. We don't need to go out. If you live in a shoebox with a tiny postage stamp for a garden, or you live in a flat, all you want to do is go out because there's nothing to stay at home for. Whereas for us, summer or winter, you know, in the evenings we can sit up on the terrace and watch the sun go down. We can enjoy the sauna all the winter and the swimming pool throughout the summer. So, yeah, we don't have to go out, and we really are happy being at home. So much I've got to tidy up though. Look at the state of it. Bloody chair over there. Look, that. We've got all of these. This lot has all got to go in the garage. And you've seen the state of the garage, haven't you? More chance of a wank off the Pope. Power cable will be needed for the lights, and most importantly for the water pump to pump water to the top of the slide of the pool. Yeah, now that's a good shout. Yeah, I was thinking about water pump. I was going to put a little 12 volt, like a water pump you'd have in a washer bottle for your car. I was going to put like a little 12 volt jobby running off a solar panel, just to pump water. Just from the pool up the slide to the top so it drains down. That was my thought process with that. Yes, I plan to build a slide from there into the swimming pool. One day. One day. Lol, very true. I'm sorry, I'm a bit behind with the chat, so... Davey, what was the breaking point event that made you drop your UK life and move to Russia? It wasn't one, mate. It wasn't a breaking point. I came here in October 2021 with my wife for 3 weeks on holiday. Not wanting to come here because in my head I knew what Russia was. As I say many times, I'm going to say it again because it's my favourite catchphrase. Russia, snow, bears, gangsters, vodka, horse and cart. That's what the West has us believe. That's what I believed. No different. I thought that's what Russia was. So I didn't want to come here. But I did come here. And we came for 3 weeks on holiday because the wife had a flat and it was the cost of a plane ticket. So yeah, she said we can go for some sun, and I'm thinking, sun in Russia? I want to go to Spain if I want sun. Had no concept of it, none whatsoever. And then we came here. We landed at 2 o'clock in the morning in a city called Krasnodar, which is the capital city of our region. The airport was open at the time. And then we got a taxi from Krasnodar to Anapa, which is about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Taxi driver, ex-rally driver, I think. And I think the throttle on his car only had one position, which was on. So that was an interesting ride. That was my baptism of fire. But the first thing I noticed coming out of the airport at that time in the morning, 1, it's a small airport. 2, there was an awful lot of taxis available. And 3, everything was lit up like a Christmas tree. So, yeah, that was my first reaction. It's like, bloody hell, it's like Las Vegas. Everything's lit up. And yeah, got to Anapa. Got up the next day, went outside and went, okay, I wasn't expecting this. And then spent 5 days just with my mouth open, wandering around thinking, what on earth? Because my brain couldn't compute what my eyes were telling it. Yeah, just complete shock. And in the end, I sort of had to have a bit of a bite at the wife, a bit of a shout at her, really. Not shout, but, you know, I just said, we're walking around, and I just had to stop because I was so disorientated. I did not know. I couldn't understand. Normally, I'm very good sense of direction, you know, but I had no clue what was going on. And I just had to say, right, stop. Point me at the sea. Point me to where the flat is. And I just was so disorientated, and partly because obviously I didn't know the town, but more so because I was just looking at everything and not really observing where I was. And then the second week, I just wanted to see as much as I could. And the third week, that was it. You know, I decided I wanted to build a house here. And I didn't want to go back. You know, I just fell in love with the country, and I fell in love with the people here. So it wasn't I fell out of love with the UK, I just fell in love with Russia. Stephen Moore, keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, pal. Not sure what the good work is, but I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and people will subscribe and they'll like the channel, or they won't, I guess, you know. I'm not trying to generate money, so they'll only subscribe if they like the content. Feel free to check out the channel. My content is completely random. All sorts, absolutely all sorts. There is no theme to it. It's not all made for YouTube viewers kind of stuff. It is me turning the camera on, wandering about a bit, turning it off. So you will see what I see in Russia. And I was supposed to be going to a place called Suko today, which is beautiful. Cypress trees growing in the middle of the lake, literally out of the lake. Amazing, red leaves and stuff. Just, yeah, ducks having a line today. It's been a busy day. Nick Magic Girls MF. I'm from the UK too, but I live in Moscow. In which city do you live? Just outside Anapa. So if you're in Moscow, you definitely will know Anapa. It's a very popular destination for Muscovites to travel to the coast down south. So yeah, just outside Anapa. Andre, I have snow falling at this moment. You have green grass. I do. Yeah, we have lots of green grass. I do want to cut it once more before winter sets in. But I need a couple of, well, it's been dry, but it's just a bit cold. What am I kidding? Just too lazy to push the lawnmower around at the moment. My stupid cat over there. Idiot. Is there anything like Airbnb in Russia? Yes, there is. I think it is actually Airbnb. But there's plenty of private residencies available for rent. In our region, yeah, I would suggest best thing for people to do if they're coming to visit Russia for the first time, I would recommend a hotel, purely because you haven't got to deal with the registration process. As a foreign national coming to Russia, you will have to register when you arrive. to say, hey, I'm here, this is the address that I will be staying at. So that's where you're based. And yeah, doing that yourself, if you've never done it before, you won't know where to go. Yeah, it'd be a bit of a ball ache. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a bit of hassle. Whereas if you stay in a hotel, they do all of that for you. So I would recommend hotels, of which there are plenty. Have a look at a couple of my live streams. I've wandered around some of the hotels. There's a hotel I would recommend. It's a good location, very nice food, nice rooms. Yeah, join me Telegram if you want to know about it. Are you safe away from the fighting? I don't know how many miles away from the fighting, but I'm 60 miles away from Crimea. If you believe Western media, I'm in a war zone dodging bullets and missiles. I ain't seen one yet. So I would say yes, pretty safe. Safest I've ever been. Aleppo, no idea. Taxi driving in Russia is pretty often the same as a rally. Yeah, very similar. I hear the sincerity in your voice. I'm happy for you and the wife, truly. I was going to move to Tim Kirby's American Village, but Tim K bailed. I'm on Team RB's original list. Yeah, I won't comment on that particular thing. I didn't like the look of it, I've got to be honest, Christopher. That my spider senses went off on that. I'm not going to comment any more on that. I just didn't personally like the look of it. But I'm not a fan of expat communities at all. I think they're a terrible thing. Just all you do is isolate yourself. You don't integrate, you isolate. Terrible idea. Is it cheap to live there? I guess, yeah. You know, it's all relative, isn't it? You can spend as much or as little as you like wherever you live. And what's your base setting? In comparison to what? Is it cheap to live here in comparison to Moscow? Yes. You have to do that now for US, even in hotels with useful. Oh, okay. 8 ball, that's good. And that is Channy. I'm going to go with Channy. Privyet. Hi. If anybody does from the west come to this region and you want a bit of a tour guide or something, we know our area pretty well. You know, if you want a bit of help with getting about, or some local sites, touristy spots and whatever, yeah, just look me up and I'm sure we can help you out. Anyway, Davey, I spend about $2,900 a month living about an hour outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Big up Pennsylvania. Well done. You were the one that confirmed the victory, so well done. Big up to the Amish coming out in force. How does that compare to your costs? What do we spend a month? I don't know, because since we've got here, all we've done is spent money. We've always been doing some kind of project, you know, like I say, the sauna. So we're constantly spending money. I think once things settle down, to live a reasonable lifestyle, somewhere between 75 and 100,000 rubles a month. And that's living not a reasonable lifestyle. That's living a good lifestyle. Yeah, that's living a good lifestyle. Average wage in this region is probably 40,000 rubles. So yeah, double that. You're living a good lifestyle, aren't you? Got to be honest. So yeah, we are lucky. Agreed, Chris. Assimilate, yes. Yeah, absolutely. You know, if all you're going to do is move on to, and I'm not directing this at Christopher or anybody else, but for me, for an expat village, if you're going to leave a country, go to another country, and you're going to move to a village that's exactly the same as the country you just left, I've got to ask, what's the point? And I get that, oh, well, you've got, you know, people that speak the same language and that are friendly and can help you and make you feel safe and secure and all of that. But what's the point of leaving your own country? You've already got that. If that's how you feel, just stay where you are. I don't see the point of it. So for me, I just do not like expat kind of communities. I just think all you're ever going to do is just live inside a load of walls that you naturally put up around yourself. And yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. And yeah, you're going to end up living in a small community of 20 or 30 houses, and you'll have no reason to learn the language or integrate with the local community at all, because you'll just hide in your little community, and you'll end up fencing yourself in. You'd be worse off than you were in your own country. Lone gamer, even had you in and showered. Now I've got to spend several months' food in Russia for a week shopping in the UK. Yeah. I mean, we spend a week. I don't know. It varies, because some weeks you do a big shop and some weeks you do a little one. But I suppose 3,000 or 4,000 rubles a week on food, without eating out, 30 or 40 quid, something like that. 8-ball, you could be accused if things get worse. Be careful out there. Accused of what? I fear nothing. The truth will set you free. I am doing nothing wrong. I'm not breaking any laws. There's too much BS floating around, and what am I doing that's illegal or immoral? Nothing. I'm just showing my daily life. Look, all the lights are coming on now. Just showing my daily life, what I see. So, you know, if you break the law, you've got to expect to have to be careful. But I certainly am not living my life in fear of anything. Never have and never will. Davey, so roughly 1,000 USD a month. Oh God, yeah. Live like a king for 1,000 USD a month. Yeah. 1,000 USD is 100,000 rubles at the moment. Russian women are some of the most beautiful. It's a great reason to move out. Yeah. Chris, questions for you. Fire away. Hit me. Andre, 500 euros a month in Russia is like a king in my village. Yeah. At home it takes 4.5 grand. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it depends where you are. If you're living in a small village in a rural district, then yeah. And you've got to remember that Russians love to grow their own food as well. So, you know, most Russians have got food growing. You know, we've got fruit. We've got peach tree, cherry tree, plum tree. Damn thing won't die, but we've got one. Fig tree we got planted this year. We've got plans for some other stuff. But, you know, our neighbours, they've got all sorts growing, fruit and veg. And the thing is with the ground here, you've only got to poke a hole in the ground, shove a stick in it, and it will grow. I'm surprised the barbecue hasn't grown, to be honest, and that's metal. Davey, have you experienced the rumble inflation recently? In August, the ruble was about 12, and now it's... I mean, yeah, prices are going up. That's inflation. The Russian government is undertaking strict measures to keep inflation in check. Same as any country. People have to remember what the ruble is up against. So to be in the position that it is in is absolutely staggering. The way that the Russian economy has been handled. Now, Russians won't necessarily notice this because they just notice maybe some price increases, and, you know, nobody wants that. Nobody's happy about that. But zoom out a bit. What the ruble has gone through and how well it has held up is truly staggering. It really is. You know, it's a remarkable feat. So, yeah. Davey, sorry. I love drinking milk so much I wish I had a cow. What's the fresh milk? Oh, mate, right. Yeah, fresh milk is as fresh as you can get it. And you get all different variations of milk depending on its fat content. So there's none of this modified water out here. It's just real milk. So yeah, the milk's lovely and fresh, super fresh. There are tankers you can literally buy it at the back of the tanker. Does it feel like your money is worth less? No, not at all. I'd say petrol has increased since I first came here. When I first came here, it was about 50 rubles a litre, and now it's about 58 rubles a litre. But that's October 21 to November 24, so 3 years it's gained, 8 rubles, which is 5 pence in 3 years. I think that's reasonable. I couldn't stay there knowing I could be accused of being a spy. You watching too much TV. So there's a guy who's got a YouTube channel who's throwing his toys out the pram, who recently got arrested. An American got arrested, and I have commented on this before, and he's pleading innocence, and I can't believe this happened to me. No, I can't believe it happened to you. Imagine going to a country under a current situation that it's in, and then going and filming stuff that you shouldn't be filming and getting arrested. Imagine that. Can't believe it. It's a real shock. I mean, I never film anything military or current military. I'll film some military museum stuff, but even that I'm a bit edgy about. Not because I'm scared, but because I don't want to be filming something that some scumbag might use to their advantage. So I make a point of not filming it. But ultimately, what the hell do you expect? If you went to the UK and started filming military bases right now, what do you think would happen to you? Or in the US, what would happen to you? You get locked up. So I'm sorry, 8-Ball, but yeah, you're watching too many movies or listening to too much news. I said noise. It's probably a better description of news, actually. I pay about 95 in the US for a litre of gas. Yeah, which is 95 rubles, so it's almost double what it is here. What did he film? I don't know, but it's happened many times, and every time they run off home back to America and scream victim. So I haven't got any sympathy for them. As soon as you find out the truth, get to the bottom of it, you find out that they aren't just an innocent victim, they just happened to be walking down the street and got arrested for no reason. What an absolute load of crap. Absolute rubbish. You know, the first story that I heard about a particular person was that he used the word invasion in his description of one of his YouTube videos, and that's why he was arrested. Absolute fucking bullshit. Absolute lies. So, yeah. You know, if you think that the Russian police have got time to troll through YouTube looking for one word, just, you know, whenever you hear anything like that, just zoom out. Does it make sense? Does it sound right? What did you do for a job in the UK? I was in the automotive industry. Noise. Yeah, it's a better description for the news, isn't it? Noise, not news. My dash cam films the military base I work on. Okay. Well, that's all right all the time you're getting away with it. I mean, I used to work in the automotive industry, and cars would come in with dash cams, and the first thing that I would tell my staff to do is to disconnect the dash cam before it came into the workshop, because it isn't fair for my staff to be filmed whilst they're working, going about their daily business. And equally, some of the procedures, you know, you don't necessarily want people watching what you're doing. So we would always disconnect dash cameras or cover them over. Yeah. Most people fall within 3 to 5 years, or fail. Perhaps 30% succeed. After 10 years, my observation is perhaps 25%. I've lived outside the US since 81, permanently. Cheers, Chris. You're one of yeah. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. It's as simple as that. If you want to move to Russia or anywhere else, do your homework. It's very simple. But I don't do anything with it. Yeah, fair enough. You know, regarding your dash cam, yeah, that's fair enough, Davey. Petrol is about 150 a litre. Ouch. 1 litre is 4.55 to a gallon. So it's about £6 a gallon in the UK. Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, it's 58 rubles here, which is about, given the current rate, about 50 pence, I guess. So yeah, it's triple in the UK. Consequently, a lot of people drive V8s out here. It's great, love it. How many kilometres do you get to a tank? We noticed in the UK mileage was twice what we get in Canada, so I'm curious. So in the Mighty Haval, I put about 2,700 rubles to fill the tank from empty. So about £23, 22, £23 to fill it. And that will, on the range, give me about 550 kilometres. Not that I ever measure it beyond that. I look at it from that and just think, yeah, that's good enough. And then I drive, and when I need more fuel, I fill it up. Davey, all you would see is rows of warehouses anyway, nothing interesting. Yeah. Is your wife Russian? Yes, she is. Do you have kids? And if you do, what do you think about the education system in Russia? So yes, I have 2 of my own, and me and my wife have a daughter as well. She goes to school in Russia, and yeah, I like it because there is none of this LG, triple Z, QPR stuff going on. That's not allowed. So just on that basis alone, I would say the education system is fantastic. Just on that basis alone. $8 a gallon in the UK, yeah. Christopher, now VVP and company have changed immigration laws. That's changed all parameters. I'll be there next year for a long visit. Nice. Davey, a pound is equal to 126 rubles. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, you can imagine your English money goes a long way out here now. You know, when we came out here, when it all started, when we were going through the buying the house process, the rate had changed as the economy was obviously taking a hit, and the Russian, economy, they controlled it, and we were getting about 156 rubles for about 2 weeks. So we were doubling our money because it went from about 85 rubles to about 156. So we literally doubled our money, but for a very short space of time. So we, as soon as that happened, it was like, right, that's it, we're making a decision and sell everything that's not nailed down. And that's what we did, and moved a load of money. Do you plan on renouncing your UK citizenship? No. I'm not planning on it. I haven't got that thought process in my head. So yeah, no plans at this moment in time. Right, it's getting cold. It's getting dark, as you can see. The lights are on. A lovely sunset over there. And battery's all right because I plugged you lot in, but you're all going to get bored of me waffling on soon. Don't give it up, free healthcare. Don't give it up, free. Okay. I'll tell you now, the healthcare here in Russia is 10 times better than I ever got in the UK. So, yeah. And the healthcare out here also is free. So, yeah. Right, guys, thank you for joining me. Please like, share and subscribe. Please like the videos. Please share. Really important that you share. And check out my channel. It's all random stuff. Some stuff you'll like, some stuff you won't. So that's okay. Please join my Telegram channel, The Plastic Russian, and ask me anything you want to know. If you're interested in life in Russia, or you've just got a random question, hit me up. But for now, I'm gonna bounce because I'm getting cold. Now the sun's gone down. Furby TTFN, cheers pal, thank you. I'm actually scared to use my healthcare. I'm worried about getting his. Yeah, exactly. You don't get that here. Have a good evening, Chris. Thank you, Lone Gamer. Raka, see you. Bye. Waving away. Let's swap you around. Cheers, guys. Oh, look at that. Sunset in the background. Lovely. Thanks for joining me. And as I always say at this point, I'll see you in the next one.